Welcome to the Sanctum, everybody. Today we're going to do some February readings for Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, which are air signs. So for February, what we're going to do is I'm going to do, basically I'm going to pull a card for each week, and then I'm going to pull a card for each sign, and then we'll clarify as need be. I'm using the karma cards to represent each sign. We're doing the Simple Tarot from Angie Green as my main reading deck because I love it and I'm going to need another deck. Angie, if you're hearing this, please know I have already emailed you to have me know when you start getting the new decks in, because I will need to order a second deck. It is on my list. I need a new deck. So, you're probably asking yourself why I started to do this. And a friend of mine actually asked me to do a reading for her for the month. And I don't normally do monthly readings all too often. But a couple of friends have started. One particularly was like, you know, if you would just do a monthly general reading, I wouldn't have to worry about this too often. I could just ask you about particular stuff. And I was like, I can't imagine me doing 12 readings every single month, because then I wouldn't be able to do all my pick-a-card readings. And she suggested grouping it by signs, by basically by element, and going from there. And I said, oh, this is brilliant. But then I can, you know, clarify by each sign. So that's what I decided to do. So hopefully you will enjoy this. So February is a short month, which I really truly hate. I am a Virgo. I like things to be orderly, and short months are not orderly at all. They throw off my billing schedule. So yeah, it doesn't work for me. So yeah, the deck that I've been using for a clarifier is the Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. So that is the deck that we will still use for final clarifiers when we get to a certain point, besides the tarot. Okay, so let us go forth. So week 1, 7 of Pentacles reversed. Intriguing. Queen of Cups. Week 2. Week 3 is the High Priestess, which we saw in my last reading for the fire signs, but specifically for Leo. And 6 of Cups in reversed for week 4. Well, have you ever had a moment where you said to yourself, whenever if any of you read cards, read the tarot or have oracle decks, where you get a couple of cards that come up and you look at it and you go, well, ain't this a blip? This is kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. Not that anything's bad or anything's specifically hard, but sometimes what happens is I'm reading is I get a I kind of get a swamped feeling, like a bunch of emotions all at once, and it kind of gets to me. So I'm trying to not let it be so overwhelmed. I'm going to pull these out because we're going to need them shortly. And yeah, it's an intriguing feeling, to say the least. So I'm just trying to get the thought in order. Okay, so for 7 of Pentacles reversed, as you guys probably know, it's about feeling like you're giving up too soon, working with no reward, being lazy. Lazy. So the beginning of your week, of week 1 of February, you're going to basically feel like you're working so hard, or perhaps you're feeling kind of lazy daisy, or somebody's calling you lazy, and you don't feel like you're getting any benefits from what you're doing. You're not sure whether or not this job is worth it. Like you're not getting paid what you're worth kind of feeling, which does make sense actually in a big way, that you really feel kind of tired over it all. So as you get into the Queen of Cups, which is week 2, you start feeling like that you kind of need counseling. You need somebody in your life, and there probably is somebody in your life that you touch base with that is truly that nurturing, healing support that you always rely on. If you're like me and you have it, it's somebody that you could go to hands down, who will never make you feel bad about why you're there or anything. They're just there for you. They may give you support, they may say nothing else, but they'll turn around and they may give you some helpful hints on how to help yourself. And one of the things that they're going to probably point out is the fact that you've had some lack of focus, that perhaps your perfectionism has been holding you back, has been kind of, if I can't do it right, why do it at all, kind of a feeling. Which, dude, I'm so been there. And you can't let that be stopping you in week 1 and week 2, because that kind of feeling is going to go into week 2 as you go to your friend, and they're going to tell you, look, I'll be honest with you, I understand how you're feeling, I get it, but you have to understand too is that sometimes you got to repair the stuff that you've done wrong. I know that you haven't been focused lately because things have been just like crap at work, and you feel like why bother if I can't do it right? Well, if you do it right, get it done first time eventually, and eventually you will be noticed for what you've done right. Things will get better. How do we know it? As we go into week 3, one of the things that the High Priestess is about, and it's actually one of my favorite cards, it's about trusting yourself. It's about trusting your wisdom. It's about secrets and mystery. It's about intuition. Intuition always tells us a little bit more about ourselves. It's always about things that we know, and in fact it's going to talk about new projects. And that's one of the things that the Queen of Cups is going to encourage you to do is, hey, you know what? If you get a chance, start a new project at work. Offer to do something to help yourself, help others. It's going to be the thing that makes a difference. It'll help you get refocused on what you do at work. And I can tell you honestly, this is actually something that I did recently. It was I'll be honest with you, a stupid little side job thing that I did to help me and others. It was just a stupid little PDF file that I made, but it made all the difference in the world. Most people would be like, well, what's the big deal about it? But if you knew what I do for a living, I work in insurance by day. And our particular the business that we work at, is rolling out a new program. And the new program is nothing like the old program whatsoever. So I started developing a PDF that shows you the parts of it, the names of it, things to look for, how to find it all in the system, screenshots. So go here to do this, go there to do that. And it sounds very simplified, but the thing is having that reference PDF made it easy. So once you started having to navigate to those particular policies versus the old policies that were still in the old program, you were able to feel more confident going into the new program because we don't have a lot of policies in the new systems yet. And I'll be honest, it made me feel a lot better for myself as a insurance agent, and I know that my team members were like, oh wow, okay, this is really helpful. No, and I did it as a whim. So this is something for you air signs who are all about the intellect. This is all about you. This is trying to get you, because I mean, let's be honest, intellect signs have this capacity that when you're feeling that opposite way that you normally get, you get spacey, you get ungrounded, you feel maybe too wordy, too nosy or meddlesome. You feel detached at times. You start feeling this way. You feel lazy. You feel like you're not being grounded in your work. So if you can't do it perfect, then forget it. This is telling you, if you start a project, even if it's a simple itty bitty project, this is going to reground you, refocus you. So going into week 3, you're going to figure out something, because you have that ability, that intuition, that intelligence, that intellect to get you through the rest of the month. Now, the 6 of Cups in reverse is all about feeling like you have unrealistic expectations of you, feeling like you're living in the past occasionally, feeling like some people are being really naive about the situation, that things are a little bit harder than they're giving you credit for. And you are probably weren't particularly right. However, you're planning for the future, and sometimes the future has bumps and bruises in it. We know this because we know that dwelling in the past can create grief and disappointment. So what we're trying to remind you is that by planning for the future, new projects, by doing this thing, that we can prevent dwelling in the past and preventing future disappointments. We have to use our intellect in the perfect way, in the right way. And we know this for you overall because of simple factors, that we want to break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future in a great manner. So there you go. We're looking at, you guys, is that for the month of February, for the air signs, we're looking at, you're going to want to break chains. We're going to rewrite the future into a better circumstance. We know that work-wise, that we're looking at, it's going to be a little bit of a hardship. You're going to talk to somebody who is going to reassure you, give you some helpful hints about starting new projects. Use your intellect. You're going to put those into effect come week 2, week 3. You're going to realize that it's going to help you for the future. You're going to have a bump in the road on week 4. In fact, so do the fire signs. Hey, week 4 seems to be a pain in the ass right now for everybody, but we know that in the long run, that what you're doing is you're breaking the patterns of crap and doing stuff that's going to be better for you. So we're going to go into specialized readings for each of the signs right now. First things first, we're going to do Libra, all about the scale, the balance. So interesting, intriguing. So Libra has the King of Pentacles in reverse, which is all about jealousy, somebody with no follow through, and that's been the way you've been feeling lately. It's been the fact that you feel like you have no follow through, or somebody in your proximity, business wise, has no follow through. In fact, you feel like you need to move on and start over. Whether with them, without them, toss them out the side, get a new boss, try for a different position, something that so you can actually work better, smarter, not harder. And for you, this is really a big thing. Libra is all about balance, all about wanting to use their intellect smartly, not having to overwork. It's also about, for them, having people around them that truly makes them feel like they can do well. And yes, I am drinking a diet Dr. Pepper cherry, and y'all are just gonna have to deal with it because I'm thirsty. I've been running a migraine for 3 days. I'm still having the cusp of one. I took a medication, so unfortunately I have to drink fluids, and this is my fluid of choice, caffeine, to help break it up more. But one of the things with Libra that I've noticed is that lately you felt trapped. You've been feeling trapped actually since January. With this though, you are seeing signs of the planning for the future. The new idea prospect also gives you a chance to move to a new position, and that's going to be for your benefit if you see the opening and you can go for it. How do we know? Ooh, yeah, it's all about yes. Just say yes to the new position when they offer it. Say yes, say yes, say yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes! This is about you with that new plan. Take that new plan, run with it. Do that new idea. That new idea is going to give you a new position. Run with it. March is going to be your month. Okay? So, Gemini, the twins. I have family who are Gemini. We do not necessarily always get along, but there you go. That would be that two faces reason. So, you have strength. Makes sense, actually. It's all about love and respect for you for this month. You're not feeling the respect. You're not feeling the love. But it's also about self-love. So you have to love yourself enough to sit there and say, I'm going to do this, not for my boss, not for whatever, but for me, because damn it, I can't screw up my job. I need my job. My job is what I live for, to make my ends meet. Know that you have a compromise on the horizon for you. The compromise is actually to help you with negotiations because it's going to make a change. Why? Because you're going to start a new journey. You two are going to have a possibility of a brand new job, or possibility that new idea is going to be implemented further for you. How do we know? 10 of Cups. That's going to give you some happiness and security. Security for your job. So what do you need to know about for yourself? Let's see what your oracle card says. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. It's all about seeding the light, laying the foundation, divine plan. So look, happiness, family contentment. Yay! So work your second and third week of February hard. So when the bump comes and you go forward and lay out the plan, when they come to you, they're going to offer you some stuff and you want to take advantage of it. That's what you need to do. Okay? That's all about how you are, Gemini. Okay? This is all about you. So Aquarius, let's talk about how you are going to sit within the month of February. And the reason why for you is you're going to be fighting some serious depression through this month anyway. It's just temporary. February is not always the best month for you anyway. It's also about you feel like you're waiting through this crap at work. It's not feeling the grandiose moment. So this new idea is helping you to get through these things. You also end up getting somebody who comes into your life who seems to be bold, assertive, whether it's somebody who comes into your life or perhaps you finally find your boldness towards week 2, week 3. We know that it's going to come for you as a transition, a change, perhaps either a new position, new job. Perhaps they make you the head of the team and basically transfer your boss out, which for you would still be a promotion. How do we know this is good for you? Booyah, baby. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So, there you are. Things are not always easy. Things aren't always the simplest that they can be. For the air signs have a tendency sometimes to be a little flighty. Sometimes you have a tendency to be ungrounded. Sometimes you guys can talk a hell of a lot. I can talk forever. And I'm not an air sign. although I do have a little bit of air in me. But for you all, it's learning to bounce from this feeling lazy, not feeling like you're appreciated, in getting focused, getting your stuff on track, getting this new idea off the ground. Once you get this new idea off the ground, this planning it, getting it into action, don't dwell on the past, dwell on the future, because this is going to make the difference between the here and now. We know this because of the fact that we're talking about the Ten of Pentacles overall. This is your time to make this work for you. This is your turn to break the chain, to heal, to rewrite your future going forward into March. So all of you in this sign of air, we're talking Aquarius, the Libra, the Gemini, you all have this ability to go forward, have opportunities for new jobs coming up, new positions within your position itself, perhaps as a team leader, or as the boss of the team that you're in, or perhaps even to take over the position your boss was in, or to move into a brand new unit, whether it be in perhaps into team training or something. It's coming. The problem is that you have to be in the position into week 2, week 3. Talk to somebody whom you trust, whom you know is both compassionate and strong, and helps you to bounce ideas off of, to get that initial idea off the ground, to have it grounded in not only what is, but what can be. Be strong, be assertive, be knowledgeable, think things through from the foundation that it needs to be in to on up to how it's going to help everybody in your business that works for your company. You've got this. Your February, even though it's going to be bouncy a little bit, you can do this. Even though the end might be a little bit of a bump, in the long run, you're looking that it's going to turn out for the best for you going forward. Okay? All right. So again, this is it for the element of air, and hopefully like, subscribe, tell me how your month goes, tell me what's going on, what you see, what you feel, and let me know what's going on for you and how I can help, if anything. All right, until later. Bendithian.